Alright everyone, a bunch of censorship-happy neo-feminists have decided to sue the University of Mary Washington for not banning an app called Yik Yak, which is sort of this dying Twitter spin-off. It's sort of the Twitter of local gossip. That is, it certainly was overtaken by trolls that wanted to spout off about people that they didn't like, and Yik Yak got all sorts of screwed up, and then they overhauled the way in which their site worked, and then it started to collapse because people didn't like that they couldn't be anonymous anymore. So essentially it's a dying platform. I'm surprised that people even still use it. I'm surprised it still exists, actually. I can remember all the controversy over it existing before. Oh, this can be used to bully people. Who fucking cares? People get together in groups and bully people anyway. It's no different. It's just an electronic form of something that's gone on for thousands of years. It's not going to stop. They're suing because they say that the university should have banned it on their sort of Wi-Fi connections, which is kind of dystopian. But, you know, dystopian sort of pro-censorship happy stuff is what you usually get from social justice warriors. They don't like to be challenged. They don't like it when people disagree with them. Most of what they call harassment is literally just people disagreeing with or having a reasoned debate with them. Most often, if someone's actually going completely ballistic and saying, oh, women back in the kitchen, oh, we should enslave women, they just ignore that. They focus on someone who says, oh, yeah, I like traditional marriage. Or, yeah, oh, you know, I don't like women with tattoos and pink hair or something. That's what they fixate on. Those of us that don't care sit back awestruck at how fucking stupid some of these new wave feminists are. They're not arguing for women's equality. They're simply saying, oh, I'm oppressed at everything. Everything oppresses me. I'm triggered constantly. I'm special. I should get the privilege of saying that other people can or cannot discuss any particular topic that happens to pertain to the moment. That's what third wave feminism has devolved into. It's also strangulating itself, because oftentimes these same groups, they end up fighting with gay rights groups because, oh, those evil men, or transvestites because, oh, not a real woman. And they're just destroying themselves. It's funny to watch. They're suing, and the university's saying, well, this is retarded. You know, it'd be illegal for us. It'd be unconstitutional, potentially, for us to do this, because there's no basis to actually get rid of the site. We're just going to, on a case-by-case basis, we'll go through and find if somebody has been actually criminally harassing somebody, but we're not going to ban the whole site because a few people misuse it, because a lot of this stuff is just debate and is perfectly fine and protected by the First Amendment. See, the university there doesn't want to get sued by people who are using Yik Yak and who might get targeted by these crazy so-called feminists for saying things that are actually mundane. But they've come out and said, oh, the university is failing to protect us against criticism. It's so stupid, but this is what social justice warriordom is actually about. It's not about uplifting women, it's about silencing people who they disagree with, including other females in many cases. It's not about uplifting, it's like Black Lives Matter or something. It's not about uplifting blacks, it's about complaining constantly, throwing some rocks, and ultimately doing very little else. That's what these groups tend to devolve into. The far left, the actual leftists, the groups that they spawned that originally had at least a kernel of decency to them, get very quickly overrun by people who just want to be offended. These are gated community-dwelling trust fund babies who have never actually been oppressed and now think that an ad that they saw on the side of the bus with a lingerie model is a form of oppression of themselves somehow. That's what they think. And in the same token, in the same breath that some third-wave feminist will say something to the effect of, don't slut-shame me, I should be able to walk around naked and, you know, ha-ha, stupid boys. They would say, oh, this lingerie ad is sexist because, you know, this person's in her underwear, probably exploited by the modeling agency or something like that. It's just a pile of hypocrisy upon hypocrisy. Now, I'm still surprised people even use Yik Yak after they changed the way that they did business, and then after they had gone into decline anyway. It's like, it still exists? That's probably the only strange thing about this story. Like, feminists complaining, that's normal. University rebuffing them slightly abnormal. Usually they bend over backwards to accommodate the social justice warriors. But the only thing I find really strange here, honestly, is that Yik Yak still exists and that people still fucking use it to gossip about each other. Haven't you heard of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all these the sites that actually are used by people? Hell, Tumblr's more vibrant of a community at this point than Yik Yak, and probably less social justice warrior addled in this case. Why don't you just make a blog about people that you don't like? But yeah, it is protected by the First Amendment. Open harassment's not. Credible threats of criminal behavior aren't. But saying, oh, I don't like, person X because X, Y, and Z, yeah, that's protected. Saying, oh, I hate feminism, yeah, that's protected speech. You can call it hate speech all you want. Fuck off. It's not hate speech. Hate speech doesn't even exist. There's harassment and credible threats of violence, and then there's everything else. Or slander. Okay, that's the third one. Slander would fit in there. If it's not one of those three things, it's protected speech. No exceptions. And people need to understand. Haven't these people ever, taken a civics class or any law class or anything like that? Too busy taking women's studies. Or 20,000 credits of Holocaust studies. Or, African history 1, 2, and 3. Feminist literature, a course on Marx, stuff like that. Well, no wonder you don't know anything about the Constitution. No wonder you think, oh, we need to ban hate speech. And what's hate speech? Oh, it's anything I don't agree with. That's what they think. That's about all. Peace out.